Good morning, first graders. Today, for Super Kids, we are going to read a Super Kids story. Since you don't have the hard Super Kids reader book, I am sending you a copy of the story. Today, we are going to read the story, A Super Day at Happy Land. Usually, we would sit in our small groups, or some groups would read with a partner, and we would read the story together. While we're reading, I usually sit and ask you questions. Since I'm not there to sit and ask you the questions, I sent your mom and dad all the questions that I would ask you. So, you should sit with mom and dad or someone who is a grown-up or older than you around and that can sit and read with you. Let them listen to you read. But remember, it's your job to read. Nobody else should be reading the story to you. Unless you're having trouble with a word, that grown-up can help you read the word, just like I would if we were at school. There's questions to think about before you start reading when you're just looking at that first page. Remember, it's important, don't look ahead. What you think will happen is just what you think. You don't know yet. So don't read ahead for the before questions. Then, usually we read a page, we stop at the end of the page to talk about the questions. So you can do it the same way at home. I sent mom and dad the questions broken down by page number. So at the end of each page, you can stop and whoever you're reading to can ask you the questions just like I would. Then we're going to move along very similar to how we would in school. After you answer those questions, there's questions for you to write about. There's one worksheet that you can use. It's about writing the main idea, what the story is mostly about, and then 3 details that show that that's the main idea. Remember, the main idea is what the story is mostly about. It's not one little thing that happened in the story. It's the whole story. And then, how do you know that that's what the story was about? Little things happened in the story that show that that's true. So, you can look back in the book to find those little details if you need that help. The written questions is first circling an answer and then writing your answer. When you finish that worksheet, so first you have a worksheet to write on. Then you're going to use that worksheet, that was like your planning page, so that you can do Blackline Master 14. If you look in the top corner, there's a big 14. You should see a big rectangle going across the top, and then 3 little boxes coming down from that triangle. The big one across the top is for the big idea, what we call the main idea. The main idea is one of the 3 choices that you circled on that worksheet. So whichever answer you circled, you're going to go ahead and copy into that box across the top of the page. Then you are supposed to look in the story and find 3 details that support that main idea, that show that that was the main idea, what the story was mostly about. Those 3 details are the ideas that you're going to write in those 3 boxes under the main idea. When you finish that, I gave you 2 worksheets, both Blackline Masters, pages 30 and 39. Those would have been other centers during our reading time. If you were not at the reading center, you would be at a center with these worksheets. On page 38, it's a cut and paste worksheet about the main idea and the details. On page 39, they give you the missing words. You just need to find the missing word and write it in. We've done these before. You know how to do it. Okay, that's it for Super Kids. The other center would have been a writing center. The writing center would be in our writing time journal, but since you don't have your writing time journals, I created a page for you to write it on. I tried to make your illustration box so that when you answer the question, then you can draw your picture. So remember, when you write, you're going to write using complete sentences. Don't forget how your sentences should start and end. And then you need a detailed illustration. Remember, your illustration should really show me what's going on. So we don't use one color and we don't use two colors. You need to use how many colors for how old you are, just like we would do at school. Your best work, take pride in it. And I want details. So if you're writing about a ride from the story, then you can look back at the book to see what the ride looked like, because you want to do your best. Of course, you're always just doing your personal best. That's all I expect to see. So everything you need to do for reading centers today is attached on the computer. So if mom and dad can print the pages for you, if not, you can always use paper that you have at home for the writing time part. And that's it for reading. I miss you guys so much. If you need any help with this, please feel free to contact me. Let me know. I'm here for you. Have a great day.